What's up, guys? All right, so for today, we'll start on GU for our outlook. Obviously, quite bearish at the minute, sitting in a bit of an interesting spot. So we've broken that external low yesterday, which, as I mentioned in the outlook yesterday, I was looking at, and it was looking like we were more so going to push bearish, just given obviously that pause that we had inside of here. With price not really doing anything, so looking quite good now. Obviously, lining up time frames inside of this range and that range there, it's looking quite nice. So. I honestly would like to sell it, but given where we are positioned right now, we're just not in a spot to sell given that external break. For me to be able to look at sells, I need to come up a little bit higher. So we've got this point here, which is it's a really a nothing point. It's a really, really average point. Didn't have too much impact on the market, or anything like that. It's kind of like a little bit of a demand to supply out of this area here, but honestly, it doesn't hold too much weight in the market. It will just be a take of structured traders and obviously the inducement of them and a take of a 15-minute high and a high that sits outside of Asia. So I'm happy to use it as a medium inducement in that and from that perspective. But given that we have taken this low, we are due for a retracement now inside of that bearish leg that we've got here. I'm actually open to buys. We've taken a fair amount of liquidity and it's just buyers looking to the next bearish point, which would be really that point there or that point there, the retest. So for me to be able to buy it, we've got this point here, which is, of course, a supply to demand area that sits at that 50% of Asia. So if we can get that retracement down here, bring in Asia high sellers out of this shitty supply area here, I'm happy to buy up through that and targeting the inducement of all those sellers just there. If we come too much further down, I'm not keen. If I'm buying, I really just want to buy off the sweep of that. If we do get like a little bit of a sell off here, a break of a low, and then pull back up high, I'm happy to sell off the take of this high, even though we are going to be sitting inside of this area, just because it will be a medium inducement and how bearish the market is. So open to that side of things as well. But GU's, yeah, in probably the worst spot of the three today. We just don't have a lot of reasonable structure to work with. Cool. EU. So obviously EU's bearish as coming out of that really, really good supply point, just melting off. Tried a few different times to get in this sell yesterday, just no way of being able to get into it, unfortunately. So that's just one of those ones that we got to watch run without us and couldn't do anything about it, but it is what it is. In terms of where we're positioned right now, so obviously we're bearish. Obviously we've taken like a fair whack of liquidity yesterday, but price is just continuing to show us after these sweeps that was still bearish. So I'm honestly just happy to look for sells inside of the range that we've got just here. Got this nice supply here, obviously an inducement point, broke a 15-minute low. So I'm happy to sell off of the mitigation of that, especially if we can continue to like build up some liquidity up to it. The thing with this though is if we do get up here, it's going to be late in London session. So same as GU, I'm open to buying up to that point. We've broken this high here now, which obviously is a 15-minute retest point. So we can actually sell from where we are. We're just too deep inside that leg for me to look for sells. To be able to look for buys though, we're in a bit of a shit spot for it. If we were to like induce that low there and then work with something inside like a smart money point inside of here, I'm then open to buying up from there and working with it that way. It's just so against momentum that I'm not really keen for it. If we get this sell off from here, we can bring in Asia low buyers, take out this point here, which will at that point be a valid supply. I'm happy to sell off of that. So that's kind of what I'd rather see is that sort of sell, the sell up here. I'd actually be open to selling off this sweep of Asia high as well, just given that it is a valid supply area. So if we get all the way up there, we can look for that. But yeah, for now, kind of just monitoring it and seeing what it's going to do. With this big sell-off, we've just been left in a bit of an awkward spot. With not a lot to be able to work with. Cool. All right. And for AU, sweet. AU's pushed through that low as well, same as what we're looking at yesterday in the outlook. Obviously, this point now has confirmed that whole area as a smart money trap. So I don't believe that that area is going to hold. It should get pushed through now, which, is helpful for us. Um, in terms of what I'm looking at for today, obviously we've taken that low out last night, taken heaps of liquidity there, had this bit of a push up from here now. We've got that little 15-minute break here, mitigation of that area, which took no liquidity, didn't really have any liquidity to take into it and didn't really generate any inside of this range. So I don't believe that this point is going to hold. We've obviously got heaps of liquidity. building up here as well. So if we can get a little bit of a sell-off from here, I'm open to buying it. Ideally, I'd like to buy at the inducement of that low, the retest of that first breaker structure there, following off the back of that inducement point. So if we can get down there, that would be great. The alternative to that is we push down, take out this low here. We've now got a 15-minute two leg out of a supply that I believe is a smart money trap. I'm happy to then start working with something inside of here. We might have like a smart money point there that we can utilize, and then we can, go from there and see what price wants to give us. If we do just push through from here, I'm happy to sell straight off the take of this high. I'm really open to selling, from the take of here, from the take of here, even the take of that point there. So if we get too much further up than that, then I'll be less keen. But yeah, if we can, take really anything here and below, I'm happy to look for sells, which again is the preferred option, just given the momentum of the market at the minute. But yeah, we'll see what that wants to do. We haven't got any news here today. We've only got orange folder in a couple of hours. Shouldn't really have any impact on the market. So all good to go for today. We'll see what these want to do.